Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
The Grand Rapids Griffins go hunting and fill their moose tags. With a 2-game home sweep versus the Manitoba Moose, the Griffins walk away in a defensive battle victorious. I'm your host, Connor Acker.
And I'm your co-host, Kyle Acker. We are brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network and sponsored by Draftkings and GameTime.
And we are the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. So we are not experts by any means. We're not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins. We're just diehard fans, making a podcast for fans. We like to give away stuff. We like to give away free stuff out of our pocket just to help build the community. Speaking of giving stuff away, we have a Carter Mazer puck and poster that's signed. We have a page on our Facebook, we have a page on our Twitter, and we have a page on our Reddit. All you got to do is like and follow us, share the page, and comment your favorite player that's in the Detroit Red Wings pipeline. If you want 5 other entries, we also have a call-in line at 616-319-1175. You can call, have your opinion heard. If you ever have a burning desire so bad you just want to speak it, sick of looking at everyone talking on Twitter or sick of whatever, call in and let us know how you feel. Marco Kasper's finally up. Talk about that. Let's get into that. Kasper being called up.
Yeah, he gets the call up, gets a point in the game. It's pretty good stuff. Makes Berggren look like a better player. Took that opening face-off and never looked back.
Yeah, taking the opening face-off for the Detroit Red Wings. And then you can just see the Griffins' chemistry from the last year's team transfer. Like you said, Kasper makes Berggren a better player. They just know how to play together. I'd keep those two guys together, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they had that late run in the Calder Cup playoffs last year. They had a lot of time on the ice together. So just have that chemistry out there. It goes a long way.
So Shai Boom actually made his Griffins debut.
Yeah, he made his debut in the first game there. I thought he looked pretty good. Looked solid. Something to look forward to as he is the youngest guy coming in for us, and a lot of potential there, I think.
Yeah, I noticed he definitely has a transition. Well, just like everyone else, I see a couple things he could work on, like keeping the puck in the zone and offensive times. Multiple times he lost the puck. But defensively, I thought he looked really good, and I'm excited to see what else he's got.
Yeah, for me, it's the poise. He held himself highly, and when he did make a mistake, he went back and corrected it. And for the most part, I thought that's what we're looking for. Someone who looked confident, honestly. I like seeing him, so keep him out there.
So the Grand Rapids Griffins had a 2-game homestand versus a Manitoba Moose on Friday, October 18th and Saturday, October 19th. Let's get into those games.
So the Manitoba Moose come to town October 18th off a 2-game win streak versus Iowa to start their season. Played at the Van Andel, and the game started at 7 p.m.
It was $2 beer and $2 dog night, and there was a post-game autograph session by Malcolm Subban and Alex Doucette. Carter Mazer was supposed to be there, but he got injured, sadly. Starting goalies, we have Ville Husso for the Grand Rapids Griffins and Thomas Milik for the Manitoba Moose.
So scratched in this game for Grand Rapids, we had Doucette, Torridello, and Tim Gettinger still recovering off of that injury.
So notable mentions of the game. Carter Mazer went out with a little bit of an injury. We'll get back to that. And this game was a defensive battle.
Yeah, so Husso gets his first start, and Beal makes his debut.
Yep, and Ville Husso shut out for this one. Comes down and doesn't play around. He's played 2 games in Grand Rapids, and he has 2 shutouts. 100% save percentage and 0.000 goals against average.
So the first period starts, and started off slow. Things were looking a little sloppy early by both teams, but it was just a lot of really tight defense right off the get. Limited shots, no real advantage on either side, as both goalies were stopping everything that made it through.
Yep, Thomas Milic looked good. Billy Husu looked great. So there's really no scoring in the first. Do you want to mention that I think Cross Hannes and Soderbaum looked pretty good out there? They're getting a little bit better. They got that leadership role for sure. I've noticed they're starting to get that. They just need to be able to finish, both of those guys.
Yeah, Griffins do get a power play and go 0 for 1 from a Shaw penalty right in the middle of the period, and then Soda gets a penalty right before that, so a little 4-on-4 time there. But Sheldon Dreiss gets one right at the end of the period that leads them for a power play to start the second period.
Yep, so not a whole bunch. It was actually a very slow beginning to follow. 6 shots for Grand Rapids and 7 shots for the Moose. So period 2, the scoring finally gets opened up by Joe Snively. Mazer kind of gets an awkward pass Sheldon Dries, and he goes into the zone, and he almost about gets sandwiched. It seemed like he was going to get sandwiched. He kind of awkwardly passed off the puck towards Joe Snively, and Joe Snively did the rest. Went right down and shot it right into the net, and Griffins up 1-0.
Yeah, really kind of put on display why Snively is here in Grand Rapids as a goal-scoring threat. He did not miss that one. It was a great shot, as he was wide open right in the slot.
So, also, Dominic Shine slammed Mark Lebowski down to the ground, and getting sick of his crap, messing with our young prospects. Shine ain't having it. Takes him right to the ground. They both go for fighting.
Yeah, and that was because of the Mazer injury. They collide at center ice. Lewinsky kind of takes a nasty hit. I don't know, a lot of people looking at the hit, it looks like might be like a head hit, but when he goes off the ice, I don't know, it kind of looked like he was holding his arm or his hand or something. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would, from my angle of the ice, it looked like he hit his hand.
Might have got pinched up in that collision or something.
Yeah, I think it got maybe twisted or pinched up, but I'm hoping it's a hand instead of a head, and he's back
Right.
shortly. Tied in shots, another pretty defensive, only 9 shots apiece for both teams. And the Griffins end up getting a power play near the end there. About 5 left, and they can't do anything.
Yeah, the power play's been a little lacking so far. They moved up Danielson. He was playing on the top line center in this game with Casper gone, so he kind of was power playing or quarterbacking that power play a little bit as a forward, and was working out pretty good. He got a couple opportunities from the wing, but nothing resolving out of the power play so far, really. Still looks empty like last year.
Which is not good. The penalty kill looks great.
I agree with that 100%.
Very impressed with the penalty kill. Dominic Shine being the shining star on there for me. So, yep, shots 9-9. Griffins take the lead 1-0 going into the third. So the third period, pretty much I felt like the Griffins really tightened down and played conservative. I didn't really see any attempt to score much more goals. I feel like we kind of tightened it down and relied on Billy Huso to get the shutout, which he did, and seal this one off.
Yeah, I mean, they only managed 6 more shots, and we only managed 4 shots. So if that just tells you how this kind of game progressed and how defensive it actually was, it was quite, not the game you want to bring your kids to. There's not a lot of scores, not a lot of jumping up and down. Just really technical hockey in this one. Both teams playing a solid defensive game. I'm actually shocked that we out-defensed them, but I think Husso had a long way to go with that.
Some other stats from the game. The Griffins were outshot 22-19 for the whole game. Seems like most of our shots are coming from inside the circles. It looks like there was only like 5 or so shots out of the circle for the whole game. Our power play was 0 for 3. Our penalty kill was 2 for 2. So perfect penalty kill, unperfect power play.
Yeah, a lot of work to do there, and having Casper down here was really helpful, but now we're missing Mazer and Casper. So hopefully we can draw something up that works, because we're gonna need it for these guys. Before we get to game 2, we're gonna go into Draftkings and GameTime. The quest for the Stanley Cup starts now. The puck's dropping on the 24-25 season. Get in on all the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple, like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. Remember, all lines and odds are subject to change. And if you are new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ice.
Are you ready to watch your team take the ice this season? Have you missed the goals, hits, and fights of hockey happening right in front of you? Don't miss the moments that electrify your hometown arena or silence the competitors on the road. Because with GameTime, you can be part of the action as it happens. GameTime offers tickets to not only sporting events, but many of your favorite events as well. With the Game Time Picks feature, you can filter out what you are interested in and display the events that matter most to you at the best available price. Explore the tiers of deals, as I did when looking for Detroit Red Wings tickets, and find anything from the cheapest price to the best available seats with their super and amazing deals. Game Time's lowest price guarantee and their Game Time ticket coverage make them a reliable choice, backed with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code THPN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code THPN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. So October 19th, Manitoba Moose remain in Grand Rapids at the Van Andel Arena for another 7 p.m. start.
In this game, there was a calendar giveaway. And for the season ticket members, we got our season ticket member pucks and our tumblers. So the starting goalies for the October 19th matchup were for Grand Rapids Griffins. The big fella returns to the net, Sebastian Kosa. And then opponent, Devin Cintius, we hope. So for this game, the Grand Rapids Griffins had Torridello, Carter Mazer, Malcolm Subban, and Gage Alexander scratched. And so this game, we said someone needed to step on up. I think Amadeus Lombardi stepped on up and took that role. There's a missing slot with Casper being gone, Mazer being gone. Someone needed to fill it. Insert Amadeus Lombardi.
Yeah, and perfect timing. He knew exactly what the stakes were. He knew his opportunity was there and shining and waiting for him to step into the role. So he did exactly that. And yeah, we'll kind of get into it as we go along here.
Yeah, so in the first period, there was no scoring. It was like a repeat of the night before almost. There was 2 penalties. Early, the Griffins get a power play due to Kevin Connolly with a tripping penalty for 2 minutes. A failed power play attempt. Not long after that, we had another Griffins power play because of a Dmitry Kuzmin tripping at 8:15. Another failed power play. So
struggles continue.
Struggles continue.
Yeah, and then Didier also goes for tripping, and Elmer Soderblom at the end of the period gets a delay of game as well. So we get 2 power plays, they get 2 power plays.
And once again, it's a defensive game, and nobody scores. Perfect penalty kill, horrible power play, and the trend moves on.
Yeah, and the shots in this one, Manitoba picks up 6 in the first period. Grand Rapids picks up 8. So still kind of limited. Nothing really opening up for either team again. It's just like the game continued from the night before.
I just keep thinking, Shine's the man. Shine is the man. He is amazing on the PK. He's amazing when it's not the PK. He's just all over the place. He's the dude who deserves that A on his jersey for sure. I also want to mention Toomey still really starting to look great out there. I think he looks better than the rest of our defenders out there right now, and that's good considering he's on the right side. That's what Detroit needs. I mean, we don't have anything up there in Detroit really. If Toomey still could work out and keep showing what he's showing, he's just, if he could slam some more blasters and get some more goals, he could be a really, really big weapon that could go up to Detroit someday.
Yeah, right now I'd say he's looking pretty shut down, especially in this game, in this first period. Multiple just taking the puck away as they're on the rush and just completely shutting down what they have going on. And that's the type of stuff we haven't seen since Edmonton. So it's really good to have him in there. And I think the performance of Bloom dropped off a little bit in this game on this back-to-back. A little more mental lapses, bad passes out of the zone that kind of forced the other defender into making key plays.
Yeah, so Soderblom is looking good out there. He has one play where he took the puck away for a takeaway and got himself a breakaway. He didn't score, but he got his own rebound. He got a double shot. Just needs to finish.
Yeah, that would have been huge if he got that one early.
Yep. But 0-0 going into the second period. Second period. Goal scored. The goal scoring opens. Amadeus Lombardi gets the goal, assisted by Dominic Shine and Joe Snively.
Yeah, picks up his first goal of the season. A big one for him. You know, you want to get that monkey off your back, and he does just that. Fills in that role, the offense that we needed. A great play in the offensive zone to keep the puck in by Snively. Takes it down into the corner and gets a rush on the net. and Amadeus Lombardi is there to pick up what is left by the goalie and puts it right by the pad on the left side.
Yeah, great play by everyone there. Amadeus Lombardi making the goal happen, finishing. So we had 3 penalties in this period. We had another power play attempt for the Grand Rapids Griffins. Dylan Anhorn with a holding for 2 minutes at 9:04, which did not result in a power play goal. Then we had to kill 2 off with Brogan Rafferty had a tripping at 11:42, and Emil Viro had a slashing at 12:51. And that was a 5-on-3 for a minute there.
Yeah, not very long. I believe it was like 30 seconds there on 5-on-3. But that
killed it off.
That penalty kill, that Brian Lashoff penalty kill is really stepping up.
9-11, Manitoba leading with shots for that period.
Yeah, ties it up at 17-17 going into the third.
1-0 Griffins. Period 3, the Moose come out, and after Costa staying strong all day, making a huge save, diving glove save, eventually break through the brick wall, and Tyson Empey scores, assisted by Simon Lunduck and Henry Nikkinen.
Yeah, and that one right down in the slot, right on the circle line, just pops it right in there behind Kosa. Not a whole lot he could do for that one, as they were really pushing for a long time.
Tie game, not a lot of time left. We need a hero to score. Marco Casper's gone. Berggren's gone. Your man Amadeus Lombardi comes on out again. Gets a breakaway, unassisted goal. Gets behind the defense, goes, and while he's tripping, shoots that thing right on the left side of the goalie and scores in front of the home crowd. Stadium ignites. Grand Rapids Griffins lead the game 2-0. 2-1.
A-plus performance by Amadeus Lombardi here. Absolutely kind of dominates the opponents. Manitoba Moose defenseman kind of trips, drops the puck, and Lombardi's off to the races. And even with the puck, you're not catching that guy.
No, definitely not.
And what a move to score. What a finisher.
Yeah, the Griffins, the Moose pull their net and have some onslaught onto Kosa, but Kosa stands strong. Griffins win this one. Griffins 7 shots, Moose 13, and Griffins win this 2-1.
Yeah, and that Kosa save late there was absolutely huge. Gets a huge pad save, and the rebound goes over. And while he's stretched out, he has to come back with his glove and make a high glove save, diving, and very contorted with his body. I don't know really how he did it, but that's the type of stuff we've just seen continuously by Kosa here, and it's amazing.
Yes, amazing. So Grand Rapids Griffins make the weekend sweep, and they are going to hit the road. They're going to hit the road and head on to Springfield for their next game, and they got 3 other games to finish out the month. So we'll see how these boys can perform on the road. Undefeated at home at the Van Andel right now. Lost every away game so far, so let's do it, which is 1.
It's great to take that home advantage, bring it on the road with you, all that confidence you got, bring it into another stadium and silence them.
So that shall bring us to the penalty box. So this is how we end every episode. It's our one chance to step away from hockey and end it in a fun note. So we pick the biggest idiot and throw them in the penalty box for a 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or a game misconduct. So Kyle, who are you throwing in the box today?
a minor penalty for both sides on this one that cancel out. You got Lieutenant Dan down in Florida, and you've got the city of Florida coming after him. Apparently, he did not have a proper equipment on his vessel for sanitation purposes during the hurricane, and he was not keeping records of how he was disposing of waste. And they're claiming it a human hazard, a human health hazard. And, you know, so I give him 2 minutes in the box for human health hazard of disposing of waste. And then I give Florida for coming after a man that just survived a hurricane in a boat 2 minutes. For just, like, come on, man. Dude's trying to live out there.
You survived, so we're going to fine you.
Yep, exactly. And you were viral, so everyone knows about you. So we're coming after you.
Go in the box. All right, so who I got in the box is Jay Cutler, former Chicago Bears quarterback. He was busted with a DUI with a possession of a handgun while intoxicated. So, not good. Days are dark for Jay Cutler. Have fun in the box for 5-minute major. That's kind of stuff destroys your life, you know.
Yeah, getting caught with a handgun, that's not a good one.
While under intoxicated, you'll never be able to go hunting again. You won't be getting your moose tags, dude.
Boom.
Like the Griffins did. But all right.
Yep. Definitely a major on that one.
Big major. So, all right. That should wrap this episode up. We're part of the Hockey Podcast Network, sponsored by Draftkings and GameTime. Until next time, go Griffins.
Go Griffins.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like, and follow us on Facebook and X, or call into the show and have your opinion heard 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you AHL.com, NHL.com, EGL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.